Today we're going to be talking to heavyweight Bobo O'Bannon about his upcoming fight with Lewis Rumsey at BKFC 15 and so much more. Coming up next. What kind of got you into doing this? You know, I know you've had a few fights already. You were at BKFC 5, TKO victory over Mike Kyle at Total Line 2. You big UFC vet. Yeah. Amazing fight, amazing display of heart, man, in that fight. I guess just talk about what got you into the sport in general.
Man, look, it's a long story. I'll try to make it as quick as possible. I played high school football. I was a Division I recruit for the offensive line. I was in high school. I was 6'2". They got me listed at 305 pounds. I run the 40-yard dash in 4.8 seconds. I was a boy dog, but then I decided college wasn't for me. I barely made it out of high school for being a dumb young kid and partying, and then I found out about this tough man contest out at the fairgrounds in Mobile, and tough man style contest. They called it the backyard brawl. Well, I went and decided I wanted to fight in that tough man contest, and quickly found out that you got to be in shape to fight. I knocked out the first two people, I think, and then got the ever-loving Stu beat out of me by the next guy because he had experience, and I was tired, real tired. I did that for about 3 or 4 times, and finally I went to a guy in Mobile named Johnny Smith. He was the guy known to train all the fighters and all the good fighters in here. So I went to him, and he started training with him. At the time I was 335 pounds in the gym lifting weights. I was a monster, man. But in 10 months, Mr. Johnny took me from 335 pounds down to 225, and I was winning all the tough man contests. I won the one that was on Fox Sport Network. Over in Biloxi at the Hard Rock, and all of them at the fairgrounds. And well, we decided to turn me pro, and I was doing pretty good as a pro. Had an unfortunate event and ended up quitting training, still fighting, and ended up quitting. Well, then I seen who was it? It was Brock Weaver. I seen we're friends, and I seen him on his Facebook where he was training. So I give Brock a call. I'm like, hey man, I see you training. What's going on? He's like, oh man, this is awesome. This is bare knuckle boxing. He said, bare knuckle fighting. He said, let you punch in the clinch and everything. Well, that's cool. So I seen Mr. Roy Jones Sr. was wrapping your hands. Is he doing anything with it? He said, yeah. So then I turned around and called Mr. Roy, and I started going over there and training with him and getting ready for a fight. And Mr. Roy fell into some health issues. And so I'd already gotten in touch with the guys at BKFC and was going to fight. So I went back to my old trainer, and we went from there. But the bare knuckle was it for me. That's where I wanted. There was just a study done that was posted on Facebook a little while back about the least amount of concussions in bare knuckle. I saw bare knuckle. Once I saw the fight, I was like, this is it. This will keep you from getting that old noggin rattled real hard. See, in professional boxing, they call it a glove. It's a cushy glove. It's not a cushy glove. That thing is like a doggone brick with a cast on. It will rattle your gourd big time. And bare knuckle rattles you. It hurts you. But, man, I could take my hand with a pro boxing glove and pro wraps on and drive it through a brick wall. With my bare knuckles, I'm not going to punch that brick wall very hard. So it kind of takes away your ability to throw everything that you got into the punch. And as a result, we get a little more gruesome looking, we get these little cuts like this right here. But I mean, that's what the crowd wants to see, though. That's why I fight the style that I fight, because when people drive past a wreck, there are other wrecks passing the wreck because people are rubbernecking, looking at the wreck. Everybody wants to see the head rolling around on the ground. I'm going to do my best to give them that head rolling around on the ground, even if it has to be mine. It doesn't bother me a bit, but these people work hard and they pay their good money to come watch us. It's their money that pays us. So if we don't keep them happy, they're not going to come and watch our shows. So if I got to take a few punches, get a couple cuts, and beat up on somebody for it to happen, hey, let's do it, man.
I mentioned earlier that, like I said, you last fought at Total Line 2 against Mike Kyle. So by the time this fight rolls around, 2 months, give or take, in between, this fast turnaround, how do you feel about that?
Oh man, I love it. It keeps me busy, keeps me in it. I took a week and a half off after the fight with Kyle. Let my face let my face rest up a little bit. It hurt whenever I strained to punch or anything for a while there, but I let my face rest up a little bit. Let my cuts heal just a little bit, and I went right back to training. No sparring. Didn't do any sparring to begin with or anything like that. But I went right back to hitting my speed bag, heavy bag, my road work, cardio. Went back to trying to murder myself with cardio. Uh, so I'm ready. I am in shape. I'm in better shape for this one than what I was for Mike Kyle. And the better shape you're in, the better punch you can take, which works out perfectly for my game plan that I like to fight.
And I have to imagine too, Mike Kyle again being such an MMA vet, UFC vet, beating him had to have been just like a huge boost of confidence, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big, big. Man, the way all that happened is there was two names thrown at me. I said yes, and both of them backed out. And then all of a sudden they throw Mike Kyle at me. I was like, yeah, I'll fight him. And
Yeah.
my manager told me you might want to look up who he is first. I'm like, no, I know who he. I know
Yeah.
who he is. I'll fight him. So he was like, okay, well, cool. Look, another thing is the main event fell out, so they need a main event. I was like, well, that's cool. I hope they find somebody. Nah, well, they did. Mike Kyle versus this big old country boy from the South. All right, let's do it, Daddy.
Wow. That's awesome, man. Like I said, it was an amazing display of heart, man. It was a great fight, amazing fight, man.
Thank you, sir.
What do you expect out of Lewis? I know he's fought before. He fought at I think at the first one. I think he
Yes, sir.
fought at BKFC 1. So, what do you expect out of Lewis in this fight?
Man, I expect him to come in. I expect a ball of fire out of him, to be honest with you. He he accepted this fight and wanted this fight, from what I understand, which tells me that he has been training hard and
Mm,
is in shape, or should be. So
mm.
better be. So I'm looking at it like I'm coming into a world champion. That's the same way I do with every fight. That's why I get so nervous before every fight. In my mind, I'm always facing a world champion. I expect Rumsey to work the clinch a whole lot
Mm,
and
mm.
work a lot of his overhand rights and overhand left hooks, whatever they're
Mm-hmm.
called. But I expect a lot of the big looping punches, swinging
What?
for the fences, if you will.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, what do you think about too? Because I mentioned we were talking before, and you talked about you hope you were early on the card so you can get through the fight and then sit down and
Yes,
watch the rest of the card, man. Like it's a big heavyweight showcase, a lot of heavyweight fights on this
yes.
card. I mean, I guess, and maybe I can kind of combine this into one question, but how intently are you going to be watching these fights? And I guess second part of that question, who do you like to watch when you're watching, as a fan?
All right. So, as a person, who do I like to watch? I don't care who the person is. What I like to watch is excitement. I like to
Mm,
watch the same thing that I bring, and then, which is why I fight the way that I fight. I want to watch somebody who fights at a fast pace, who goes in there and gets the job done. Who it don't matter if they're getting a fire beat out of them. Guess what? They're still throwing them hands too and still beating back. That's
mm.
uh that's what I like to watch. That's who I like to watch or whatever. But man, as far as the size of this show, dude, we got 6 of the top 10 heavyweight bare knuckle fighters in the world going to be on this card.
Yeah, yeah,
It's going to be exciting. There's no doubt. 4 of them's fighting each other, and 2 of us are fighting other people.
right,
So I mean,
right.
it, it's going to be exciting, no doubt about it. Yes, I will be watching and prospecting, no doubt about it. I think it was myself and Josh Burns,
Yep.
um, one of his buddies from the UK. I'm sorry, man. I've been through a million things this week. I can't remember his name right now. Draper.
Godbeer, Mark Godbeer.
It was Godbeer, but Draper as well. I forget his
Oh,
name.
right. Jack Draper.
That's him. That's him. He
Yeah.
was. We were all on there commenting back and forth, whatever. And all right, so this is how I am, man. Everybody that knows me knows I'm a super chill dude, man. I'm super cool. I'm not one of the guys that just say it, but when you're around me, you find it out, man.
Mm,
I try to be a legitimately good dude. You know, that's where Christ wants us to be. Love everybody. That's what I try to do, is love everybody.
Sure.
For the same example Christ set whenever he came here for us. So, you know, I try to love everybody, talk to everybody, treat everybody with the same respect as what I want to be treated as. So here we was, you got me, Draper, Godbeer, and Burns all on the same post right here, all talking about, oh yeah, man, we're gonna have to fight. And yeah, I know it's gonna be a heck of a fight. You know, win-win situation for us. We get to have each other's name on our record. One of us gets to win, and
Yeah.
on top of that, the fans really win. You know, when you get two big guys the caliber of the four of us going in there,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
going to be exciting. There's no other option.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm let me ask you this. Is there anybody, and obviously you have your own fight to focus on, but I don't know, man, not to like start anything, but like, is there anybody, you know, I got to, you know, I
Go
have to,
ahead. Go ahead.
out of Chris and Josh and, you know, Sam and Mark and, you know, even Quentin. I think his fight is at 205, but, you know, Quentin's fought at heavyweight too. You know, out of those guys, is there anybody else, you know, out of those, is there somebody, man, I'd like to throw fisticuffs with that guy.
I will be 100% honest with you, and I'm a very respectful person, man. Respect makes this world go round. I treat everybody with the same respect as what I want to be treated with.
Yep.
But as far as which one of them I would like to fight or who I want to fight, I don't care. I will fight
Mm,
all of them. I will.
mm,
You line them up. I will come through the list, through the rankings, be a true champion, and fight all of them on my way up the list. If I happen to get beat and knocked back down, guess what? I'm coming back. Don't you get content with beating me, because I will be back. You will have to beat me twice. I'm the kind of guy that the few times I did fight, you know, at school or whatever, whenever they whipped me, which was very rare, but whenever they did, every time they saw me, they had to fight me, because we was going to fight until I got that tail. Uh,
mm.
it only took twice each time, but you know. So as far as who do I want to fight, man, I really don't care. You know, whoever is in the other corner is who I want to fight. Whoever they decide to put over there. Dude, if they want to have me welcome Frank Mir to the bare knuckle, guess what? I'm in. I'll do it. I don't mind it. You better ask him about it. Make sure he's okay with it. I would definitely do that first. He's going to be pissed if he's got to fight me coming into the organization. But if that's what they want to happen, hey, yeah, I don't care. Just pay me, and I will beat them up.
Well, what's your motivation of fighting? You know, some people say it's, you know, legacy. I just want to be known as a great fighter. Some people say it's the title. You know, I want to get a title. That's my motivation. Some people it's money. Some people, and then you have some crazy people that just like to fight. Like, what's your motivation?
Man, it's a this one's sensitive for me now. Um, my wife has some severe health issues, and we was in church one day. Let me tell you this: before we got married, she told me she is not going to be married to a fighter. So you better hang that up. All right, no problem with that. We were in church one day, and fighting was laid heavy on my heart. Yeah, you need to do that. You need to get into it. Everything that the pastor was saying was letting me know that our kids need role models. These young guys need role models, need a good role model, a positive role model. Need someone to show them the way, show them how that it's, you know, it's not a square thing, a nerd thing to be you know, to be a Christian, to live right, to do the right thing. You know, you can be cool and do all that stuff, man. Look at me. I'm about the most goofy joker you ever want to meet, especially at the size I'm at. You know, our kids need a good example. Well,
Sure.
I pushed that out my mind because my wife told me she's not gonna be married to a fighter. This is God telling me this. This is
Mm,
God laying this on my heart, and I pushed it out of my mind to
mm,
respect my wife. Not
mm.
2.5 minutes later, she pulls me down. I lean down to her. She says, "I think God's telling you that you need to fight again." And I don't like it, but I think that's what He's telling me. Man, it took everything I had to hold it together.
Wow.
Within the next month or two, I had a dream that that my wife's going to be on her deathbed with all of her health conditions. She has 3 nerve diseases. One of them attacks her heart. She has one major heart disease that she had an experimental surgery on whenever she turned 18. They had to fight to keep her alive until she turned 18 so she could have this experimental heart surgery. She has intestinal diseases. She's eat up, man. She's in a bad way. All she's able to do is lay in the bed and hurt all day long, and it breaks my heart. But you know, in my dream that I had, I dreamed that she's going to be on her deathbed, but she's not going to get there until I'm in the limelight, until I've left a trail of bodies laying in that squared circle behind me. And once I whip everybody, once I'm in the limelight, once all eyes are on me and I have a huge following, my wife's going to be on her deathbed. And God's going to use the platform that He's blessed me with to be able to show the world that He healed my wife, that He reached down and picked my wife up off that deathbed. Now, I could be way off base, no doubt. It was just a dream. But you go back to the Bible, look at all the people that God spoke to through dreams, you know. And so my motivation for fighting is for my wife, for my family, you know. I'm sorry to get emotional on you here, but you know, that's what it is. You know, on top of the fact, let's be honest with you, you can't be wired completely right to willingly get into the squared circle with somebody and know that I have to be in there for at least 5 2-minute rounds or one of us goes to sleep.
Right.
I'm not going to quit. It is not in me. The color yellow is nowhere on this old boy. So, you know, we're going to fight. As long as I'm awake and I'm good to go, we are going to fight. I have had fights before where my nose get broke first couple of punches, and I keep going. I break his wheel after he breaks my nose. I've had a broke hand and kept on fighting. Heck, my first bare knuckle fight back in BKFC 5, 10 days before the fight, I was chopping wood to help get myself in shape. I take a Fisker's axe and drive it a ½ inch deep into the top of my left foot. Whenever I fight, later on that night, the same night I chopped my foot, I went and was sparring with Chase Sherman in Biloxi. And I looked down and noticed there was red everywhere in the cage. Well, there was blood coming out of my shoe. I done saturated my shoe with blood and it was coming out. I go to the hospital to get 10 stitches in my foot. I fought Troy Beats with 10 stitches in my foot. This last fight against Mike Kyle, you are the very first person to know this. I have not posted this on my Facebook status. You're welcome, by the way. 2 weeks, it was 13 days, I think, before I fought Mike Kyle. I fell down, slipped and fell, landed on a piece of metal and broke my tailbone. This entire interview, I have been leaning forward because my tailbone is still broken and still hurts. But yeah,
Wow.
I broke my tailbone. I think it was about 13 days before I fought Mike Kyle. Man, where I come from, where I grew up, you don't quit. It's not an option. You man up and you push through it. I could have very easily called the promotion manager, whoever. Man, look, guys, I just fell. I broke my tailbone. I couldn't train for 3 days because it hurt to sneeze or breathe deep, let alone try to throw a punch. But you fight through stuff, man. You suck it up, Buttercup. That's what I was always told. That was my loving endearment. Whenever I got hurt or I had a little boo-boo or the skin was hanging off my knee when I fell off a bicycle, come inside. Hey, suck it up, Buttercup. Come here, let's put a Band-Aid on it. Get back at it. Rub some dirt on it if you want to. That's how you live.
I appreciate you sharing all that with us, man. And I think it speaks volumes to, you know, kind of what I was saying about, you know, the way you fight. You show a lot of heart when you fight. And I think it, you know, just, you know, what you've, you know, told us between, you know, your wife and, you know, with this injury and just having the, just the will to carry through no matter what. And it shows, man. It shows a lot. You show it in your personality. You show it when you fight. And I guess this will lead kind of into my next question too, was that you made this post, and I brought this up to you earlier, is your style is to, you like to take a little damage early on, open up the cobwebs is what you said, right?
Yes,
and then kind of let them do whatever they're going to do, break their hands, break their will, whatever. And then that's when you kind of wake up and kind of open up. And then that's when, I guess, if you want to say, the magic happens.
yes.
I talk about that strategy, I guess, specifically.
All right, look, somewhat joking, somewhat not. Obviously nobody wants, most people don't want to come in and get hit. I don't care. I'll let you hit me if I get to hit you. That's a trade-off I'm willing to make every day. I promise to you, I'm going to take more and give worse back than what you do. I promise. Well, so I don't mind going in and getting hit. It doesn't bother me one lick. I'm not one of those guys who catches a clean punch and you see him dance around for a minute to where he tries to find a way to ease in there and not get touched. Man, forget that. I'm coming in. What's that old movie say? Dang the torpedoes, full steam ahead.
Uh-huh.
Here I am, baby. You got that right here, live in me. Man, I enjoy watching a man as he's hitting you, giving you everything he's got you blood all over your face, hitting, just landed his best shot on you clean, even if it drops you. You went down, get back up and keep coming at the same pace, maybe increasingly more than what you was before he dropped you. That hurts a man. That could, imagine this now. A joker's coming at you. He's hitting you hard, and you are hitting him very hard and very clean. You've got him a bloody mess, and he won't stop. He will not stop coming at you. He won't stop fighting. Man, you give me somebody like that, and I am going to look for somewhere to lay down too. I'm going to hope my corner throws the towel in so I don't have to look like a coward. Think about this. If I was to fight somebody like me, you get the scenario all the time with fighters. If you was to fight you, what would you do? If I was to fight me, I would eat a big lunch because we're going to be there for a little while, and it's going to be exciting. I'm going to be beat up real bad. The other man's going to be beat up real bad, and the crowd wins.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, like I said, man, I appreciate your candor. I appreciate your openness, buddy. And and real quick too, before we go, just kind of wanted to talk about, you joined up with Smith Brothers, Kevin Smith and his whole crew. Maybe talk about that. A lot of your teammates between the last card and this card have have been able to showcase and are going to showcase, their skills. Maybe kind of talk about that a little bit.
Man, look, I talked to Kevin before I started fighting again. I had my first fight with Troy Beats. I did all that on my own. No help. I had to ask Brock who to get in touch. Brock Weaver. I asked him who to get in touch with. He put me on the Nate Shook. Yep. And I didn't know who Nate Shook was. All I knew is that he was the person I needed to get in touch with. I didn't know that he was the person, but right. I knew he was a person that I need to speak to. And right. So I get him into all of that and everything. And it was, I didn't really know at all what I was doing to begin with. Just to be honest with you. Well, then I get in touch with Kevin after that, way after that fight. Matter of fact, it wasn't but just a month or two. Probably about 6 or 7 months before my fight with Mike Kyle. And I was like, hey, look, I see you're starting to manage fighters or whatever. I remember you, met you down there, really enjoyed speaking with you, had a good time, whatever. How would you like to manage me when I come back? What do you mean when you come back? I was like, well, I'm currently training, getting in shape, getting a lot better, but I want to be better whenever I go in. So how would you feel about managing me? Oh yeah, man, that'd be awesome. So we stayed in touch a little bit here and there for about 6, 7 months, I guess, 8 months, ever what it was. And then he messaged me. He's like, "Hey, look, I got this fight, a local guy down here in Tampa. Blah blah." That guy fell through, another guy falls through. Then he's like, "Hey, we got this Mike Kyle. What do you?" I instantly, he asked me, he gave me a name, and I instantly said yes to 3 different names. The last one was Mike Kyle. And he's like, dude, you don't know how to say no, do you? No, I mean, I like to fight. I'm super tough. I enjoy doing it, and I like money too. So I don't know what no means. Let's get it. And that impressed Mr. Kevin a good bit. Working with Mr. Kevin's been good, man. He's done exactly what I've asked of him to do as far as fights go. He set this up for us here.
Yep.
As far as fights go, I told him I don't care. Whatever pays me. Let's not be stupid. I'm good at what I do. I just showed that. I'm real good at what I do. You don't do anything for free if you're good at doing it. I don't care what it is.
That's right.
So free or cheap, I understand my name is not out there right now. I understand nobody knows who that big old goofy redneck Bobo is, but they're fixing to find out. And when they do, everybody's going to want to see Bobo. I promise to you. Everybody's going to want to watch the excitement that this big old boy brings to the ring. I promise to you.
Bobo, where can fans reach you, get in touch with you, and see what's going on with you?
Man, I'm on Facebook, Bobo O'Bannon. I have a Twitter that I know nothing about because my wife does that for me. I've got an Instagram that, well, believe it or not, I don't know anything about it either because my wife runs it for me as well. But man, I'm simple, man. I'm real simple. I'm right here on Facebook, Bobo O'Bannon. You can get me on Twitter. My wife tells me every time I get a message, everything that's going on there. She shows me what happened throughout the day. At the end of the night, she shows me what's happened throughout the day. Same thing with Instagram. So I will get her here in a little bit to post my Twitter and my Instagram on my Facebook. So
there you go.
But you can find me on Facebook, Bobo O'Bannon.
Awesome, man. Any sponsors or anybody you want to shout out?
Man, Healthy One Inc. Matt Zifferblatt helping me a lot, giving me some workouts, some routines, and somewhat for kind of salty a little bit. Hadn't received anything, but I was licking a can in my last fight. Give a little shout out to Tiger Life Energy. The drink was good.
That stuff's pretty good, man.
Yeah, that's a good flavor, good results from drinking it. I promise you that. That's a free bump there. You're welcome, Tiger Life Energy. Hey, look, if they can get me a can or two for my upcoming fight, I will lick that baby too. But
I think I had about 5 or 6 cans in Miami when I was down for BKFC 14. He had them by the pallets. He just had pallets of Tiger Life. That's great.
Hey, look, they can send a pallet up here, and I will sell that baby for them. I'm telling you,
it's good.
Hey, bring them up. Yeah, if somebody from Tiger Life Energy is watching, send me a couple of them. I'd like to lick another can on national television there and get me pumped up for after the fight.
Hey, send me a couple too, Tiger Life. Send me a couple too. I'll drink.
That's what I'm talking about. Give a big shout out to Smith Brothers Fighter Management, Mr. Kevin Smith, making things happen for me, throwing my name in the hat a lot. Greatly appreciated. Appreciative to him and what he's doing for me. Man, look. God, I'm gonna give a big thank you to God. If it wasn't for God, none of this would be possible, man. I'm just some big old country boy that ain't got no kind of sense, goofy as everything. And man, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be able to do none of this. Look, as big as I am, and I have the little bit of talent, skill level that I've got, that's got to be God. You don't see big old goofy jokers this size that can move the way I do. So I'm thank the good Lord above for blessing me with this opportunity.
Well, we appreciate you, brother. Guys, check out BKFC 15. Go download the BKTV app. It's $3.99 a month. It's a freaking cup of coffee. So go check it out. You could check out all the previous events as well. And then obviously BKFC 15 on December 11th coming up. So check it out. Bobo versus Lewis Rumsey. Can't wait. I'm excited, man. And take care and good luck to you, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Have a blessed one.
All right, brother. You too.